Hey everyone, this is Vaishnav, your host, and in today's Block Talk episode, we will be little spaced up and chilled out because we will be covering up news in a little bit depth and also having our own biases up. So let's go on a ride. Let me call Nisha, who will give you this week's updates in a nutshell.
Yeah, hi guys. So these all happened last week and 4 different news we have. So the first one is Stablecoin Boom. Like US has made the stablecoin legal. So in which the big companies and big investors are trying to invest big on the stablecoins. So it is also known that Ethereum is becoming the main system behind this. So this is the first news. And second we have Grok, that is Crypto Rover, right? So Crypto Rover has asked Grok by AI to do the giveaway winner, as he has already had the task, as he has assigned the task to Grok AI. So it has exposed him, the influencer itself. So it's like that, it has done the pump and dump scams in between. So now everyone's talking about the AI scam, what it did, and they are also like shady. They are also telling that this AI has exposing the shady influences. So this is the second news we have, and the third news is CryptoPunks Bias. Like people are noticing this cheapest crypto banks are most dominating and telling that females are the minority ones. So this is like the NFT is also being so much biased system, and it's telling that female is the minority ones, and it's also segregating male and female. So let's see what happens. Yeah.
That was a great cover up. So let's get with the first news segment. Like this is based on the Genius Act, which was passed, and we came across a news article, as you can see on the screen. Which was being published by Messari.io. Messari?
Yeah, I've not heard of it.
Okay, so Messari is a very good news source, alpha source for crypto, and a researcher who works there and goes with the alias called Stablecoin Intern has published a report, and I found it pretty interesting stuff to talk on, because as Genius Act comes into play, Genius Act is, you have any idea of Genius Act?
I just read about it recently. It says it's been on effect from July 18th, 2025. That's very recent, last weeks of July 25. And if you just Google about it, I mean, it's already updated on Google so soon. So it's the news is pretty much strong. So Genius Act defines a payment stablecoin as a digital asset that is designed to be used as a means of payment or settlement that the issuer is obliged to convert, redeem or repurchase for fixed monetary value, and that the issuer represents will maintain or creates the reasonable expectation that it will maintain the reserves. So basically, when we had our USDT, the legendary, or what do you say, the stable coin that we all know, that we have all been trading on day-to-day basis. So that all had a lot of issues from past 2-3 years. We have been seeing a regulatory framework is being behind them, saying that this is not right, that is not right. That was a good thing, because when there are problems, solutions, people try to figure out solutions to it. Probably Genius Act is stepping stone, the first step towards it, which gives a clear guidelines or a framework for exchanges to work around. So this again, it explains the same thing, what a stable coin is supposed to do, right? The government is also very keen about how is it been for auditing purposes. So yeah, the framework is pretty much good, and it's a good times right now, right? I mean, the markets are good. We are in the last week of July. The policies are good. The recent policy in US, one of the biggest countries. Then capital, there's a lot of capital in the market. Recently, you would have heard that the guys who have not moved Bitcoin from their wallets for a couple of years, a couple of decades actually. For a decade, they have started to move their funds from their private wallets to the exchanges. So that again gives us a scare. Will the price move up? Will it be dumped? We never know. But from the time that has happened, the price has actually been going up. Again, the fear still lingers around. We never know when they're just going to drop it down, like 70-80% that we saw in the last bear cycle, right? It was just a sudden drop. It was just a knife drop, right? That also is a possibility. Yes, we have to wait and watch, but all traders be very cautious. It's good times, yet very dangerous times again. Coming to back again, the sentiments, right? The sentiments across the markets are very good. Retail investors are putting in money. Even in micro terms, they're trying to put in some money, at least for experimental or experience basis. That's a good sign. The people are the ones who make markets. So the markets are growing. The markets are growing. That is a good sign actually, right? And what I also again sentiments, the participation is increasing. Overall, the participation is good. So with all these things and this Genius Act coming together, I think it's a very good sign overall.
Yeah, I also think so. I agree with your points, and let's discuss more about it. Like, this Genius Act comes as a set of broader push by the Trump administration, which has still now been a pro-crypto regime. Their whole family is supporting crypto, and they also have their own Memecoins. This is well known. But this framework coming up is such a big positive sign, because before...
Agreed. But again, coming from during Donald Trump's regime, again, it's something could be fishy also, right? We also have to take things with a little bit of salt.
Yeah.
Right?
He can put tariffs which can dump our market within seconds. Right. And there are also war conditions. Yeah, there are also some...
So it's all uncertain again. But we are trying to figure out certain times of uncertainty. So let's see if this really works out, and if it was really made for the purpose, it is supposed to serve. I think Genius Act is a brilliant act.
So yeah, as being Genius Act being a brilliant take from the government, so we as traders or we as spectators of the market, we should capitalize on whatever new opportunities arises out of institutional and government making moves. So what I think is, after this act came in, so stablecoin getting a good framework, Tether-like institutions are now bound to give their audits, which is being backed by government nowadays. And this is also our take here is this would also be pushing other players in the stablecoin market apart from Tether. So apart from Tether, there is another one, Coinbase,
and that's what we have to understand here. Tether is a legacy token, right? They're in the market from very long time.
Yes.
People trust them blindly. I mean, when you talk of crypto, there are people who believe in Tether more than Bitcoin because of the stability it offers, right? And it's been backed by US governments, which have gone through a lot of series of cases, and they came out strong in every case. So that has built up a good traction for them. Now there is new stablecoins, and stablecoins have been coming into the market day in and day out. This is not the first or the last one that's coming, right? Tomorrow there's one more stablecoin that comes to the market. But Tether has actually gained a monopoly in the market.
Yes.
Right? Do you agree with it? I don't see, there's USDC. I don't think a lot of people use USDC. When you go to a coffee shop, you have to transfer some tokens. People still prefer more than Bitcoin. It says Bitcoin accepted here, but when you go to pay for a coffee, they say we accept USDT because that's because of the stability it has, the price stability, and the transaction speed. When you have to send, it's much faster than Bitcoin or Ether. Right? I mean, in certain networks, right? In certain networks. So USDT is more accepted right now, is what I see in general market. And I personally feel replacing Tether as a stable coin, I don't think it can happen very soon. Right? Any new coin has to build that kind of trust. That trust has to build with X leverage for them to match with Tether, which is already a monopoly, which has already gained trust. So something replacing Tether, I don't think that could happen. Anything that could happen in some time near future.
That's a good take, but what I say is times are changing. Times are changing, Kumar. Like, so I'm a good fan of Coinbase because Coinbase is the one who is behind Circle. Circle is the institution which handles USDC. As you said, USDC is not still very widespread, but the push they are doing is massive. USDC, the stock, the circle is in Nasdaq, and it almost 67x out of its IPO.
That circles back to the same thing again. What you're saying. There is already a strong competitor for Tether.
Yeah.
Right? You already have USDC.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Now anything that comes into the market tomorrow first has to compete with USDC. Then they can compete with this. Right? They just can't straight away go and try to take on the monster. Right? So it's a slow process. I mean, of course, I agree with your thing. The markets are very dynamic. There are new people entering the markets. Maybe the new entrants into the market might adopt a new stable currency, which we don't know which is the best right now.
Yeah.
But whatever stable coins that have been offered in the market, everyone is coming out with very good propositions saying that this is proposition, we are good at this, we are good at that. In general, overall, with this push, the entire stable coin market is going to reach very good heights.
Yeah, I totally get the sentiment over this. But this segment, as you said, there's USDT, there's a very strong competitor called USDC. Any other proponents or any other companies which need to enter into the stablecoin market have a really fierce competition going on. But still, if you want to, but as someone who is not too much deep into the markets or don't have millions of dollars to move markets, you ought to see some moonshots. If you catch some moonshots, you can also profit off it, right? So if you see in that way, and another thing is in traditional markets only USDT and USDT is their significance, more than significance, there's a term for it. Like what's the term for the capture or dominance? Yes, USDT and USDC's dominance is huge. It's skyrocketing. Almost 90% is dominated by USDT and USDC combined.
That's what I call monopoly. I call it as monopoly.
Yeah. So when you come to DeFi or such places where still the traditional people are not there, but dollars are still moving, you get to see other coins which support the DeFi operations very well. One of them are Sky, another one is Frax USDT. One of my favorite ones also comes under Ethena. Ethena has a USDT token, and the pegging concept is very interesting over here.
Of course, there are a lot of names that even I've heard of. It's hard to remember all these coins. But again, as you said, right, I agree with it. Every stable coin is trying to offer somewhat the other inbuilt feature that could support some function, a specific function. I agree on all of those points. All these things put together, maybe 1 year, 2 years down the line, there could be a very strong stable coin. But right now, there's nothing that could touch USDT. Nothing that could touch it, right?
Get it.
Nothing can even get close to its shadow, right? So if it is a new person who's entering the market right now or who's been trading for a while, I think we should not look anything beyond USDT as of now, but keep a close, keen watch on these stable coins in the long run. We never know. Bitcoin also just shot up. People didn't know it's going to be here as of today. We're on an all-time high as of this week, last week of July, right? We never thought the Bitcoin price would come to this price. Even if we thought, we did not think that this price would be achieved so soon, right? Yeah, so it's been very quick. So it's I would say it's a good. It has its own good sides and bad sides.
Yeah.
But USDT for now.
That's a very strong take from a legacy trader, if you see. And there's also I ought to differ, but still we have put our own points in, and viewers, you can decide on which side to
also
go
let's
on.
take their polls. Let's ask what people really prefer, USDT or any other new gen stablecoin tech.
Yeah, clip us, tag us, and put in your
This the new segment about Genius Act. So there are big companies again that are moving fast, right? And the top of the list is PayPal, and PayPal was Musk's old brainchild, right? And that name, kind of pops in front of your this thing. PayPal, Elon Musk, Donald Trump. That still goes in my head. So all these things, tells me to take things with a pinch of salt, right? Again, then PayPal bought stablecoin company called Bridge for $1.1 billion in February this year, right? So PayPal is putting in big money into stablecoins because they essentially are. PayPal is big in remittances, right? From one country to other country, remittances, they're huge remittances, and it makes sense to incorporate crypto into remittances because existing bank channels are quite expensive and not very efficient.
Swift,
the Swift, yes, the Swift what has been doing that right now. What Swift has been trying to do, a lot of cryptocurrencies can do the same thing
in an instant. Like Swift has a T2 window for settlements. I guess it takes at least 2 days. For settlement to arrive.
But it's a consortium of so many companies, so many countries together. So it's been ordered at a different level, multi-level. When you come towards crypto being replacing Swift, right? If you replace a crypto with Swift, it's decentralized or it's somewhere controlled at some point, which not a lot of other countries would be favoring for, right? Swift is something technology that has been built over the years, over the decades.
Yeah.
Right? And that is what has been fueling our current banking markets, right? So something that has to replace that, and even if it replaced other countries supporting it, it's a very long shot.
Right? So that's why these kind of mergers do give me some positive outlook on it.
Perfect. So that's what I'm saying. So
a legacy
putting in big money into such kind of companies does say that when these companies are putting money into that kind of technology, might be not now, but in a few years down the line, we could have the possibility of crypto used for remittances.
Of course, and crypto also works like a programmable money. So you get new paradigms to use this money for all kinds. Like before, like if you have some funds in your savings account and all, you get some interest. But think about it. When you come to trading, let's say for trading, you have a margin, some margin for your long or short leverage trades. That margin does not get any interest at all. Like that margin is locked up until you finish or close your trade. So if you think on that, stablecoins being programmable money, you can get yield anywhere. Like if you just keep it stagnant, even stagnant in your savings account and in your wallet addresses. Like basically USDC Circle gives 4% annualized returns on even stagnant assets.
Correct.
So think about it, like wherever you lock up your money, even if it's not being actively used for leverage or borrowing or any other financial products, it will be getting interest.
But tell me truthfully, would you lock up your crypto for a fixed income?
I can lock up stable coins though.
You can lock up stable coins?
I would.
You would, but you wouldn't, right? Okay. With the current price movements, you would not lock up those kind of capitals or those tokens with something that gives you a regular income yield, right? If
you're saying I would be putting that into the markets.
Yeah, you would be trying to trade with it, using all stuff, right? I don't see there. See, crypto is very new and it's very nascent right now. People thinking about having a regular monthly income based kind of instruments coming out of this. There are people who have huge amount of money, they don't know where to park it, it's just rotting somewhere in their private wallets. They just get into some exchange and get some interest out of it. But they're not living out of it. Right? It's just one source of income, right? So if that was the thought, if that is your thought, I would say you please liquidate whatever you have, take it to a traditional bank, open a fixed deposit. That will surely give you 8% of interest every month, right? Without this market fluctuations. So I don't see anyone using crypto to get monthly income, fixed monthly income, right? Again, even if you look at fixed monthly income, what interest rate, the highest interest rate that you get on, even on Binance, for your staking your USDT is not more than 6 to 7%, right? If that low is the percentage, even lower than your inflation rate, why would you stake it there? You would liquidate your assets then and there, put it on fixed deposit, earn 8%, right? So yeah, staking for a fixed income, crypto is not made for it. So again, now when we talk about the staking, now look at major banks. There's again part of the context. Major banks, including this JP Morgan, they're launching their own stablecoin or tokenized deposit products.
Sorry, My phone's ringing.
Please.
Let's talk with them later.
I'll get you more information by the time you take the call.
I would not be taking the call now.
Okay.
Yeah, we have.
So there's this guy called Jamie Dimon. All right, he used to criticize crypto for a very long time, and he is the CEO of JP Morgan, right? And suddenly he flips. He just shifts his entire narration. Now he says they're launching their own stable coin, right? So a guy who is top member of a bank is being against something, and suddenly comes out and says that I'm pro crypto guy, and we one of the biggest banks in the world is trying to launch a stable coin, right? And banks doing it, PayPal doing it. Maybe what you're saying might be true, right? It might be true, but I don't think it might be true very soon.
It will take.
Because unlike JP Morgan, let's say Goldman Sachs has to agree to accept their stablecoin into their systems, right? Why would they do it? They say we launch our own stablecoin. Why would we have to follow your stablecoin? The war goes on, right? So until all this thing settles down, people come to a consortium saying that this is what we're going to follow. This setting will take a very long time from now. And your Circle IPO was huge again. Its shares went up by 7 times in first month itself. Insane.
It was such an insane trade. Yeah.
Right? 7 times something going up in 1 month, and you call it stable coin. Ethereum price jumped by 50%. When you look at the previous news that we were talking about, we were discussing, 600 billion, 1.5 trillion coming into this industry. And Ethereum also is not something small that you just buy and you just buy something and it moves up by 50%. For Ethereum to move up by 50%, the capital infusion that has to happen is insane. Right? The capital that we have been talking about, 1.5 billion, 600 billion, mostly would have gone into these kind of projects, legacy projects. Right? Once you make money there, that money is what is being used for diversification. We don't use our principal money into diversification. We try to use the earned money, the interest money into diversification. So whatever money that's going into Ethereum, Bitcoin, the price movements is justified. These numbers are actually true, right? These numbers are true. Now, once these price saturation limits of these top currencies is achieved, maybe we could see a little bit of trickle down effect of these funds into other projects. Now the challenge is, in these turbulent times, identifying the right projects who have been standing for the right cause, right? And the team is doing really well, identifying them and diversifying the available funds in the market. Right? I think that is what is going to be possibly happening in the near future.
Which you infamously call the alt season.
So there's no money directly going into any project. There's no money that's going directly into any project. Do you think someone is going to invest 600 billion into Circle, something big as Circle? No. But someone could invest 600 billion into Ethereum, into Bitcoin, right? They would not invest even 10%, 60 billion into any other stable coins that we have been talking about, new gen stable coins. None of it is going there. Everything is going to what has been known, what has been tried and tested. Once their call clicks, once their prediction is right, the additional extra money that they make there is what flows into these markets, into what predictive or speculative markets that we are talking about, right?
Yeah.
So guys, just stick to legacy tokens for now. The prices are going everywhere, right? Stick there. Whatever you earn out of there, probably that earned money you can risk for getting into any other new projects
and all.
Yeah,
absolutely. And we have also covered other protocols, but before itself I told you some protocols which are making some waves in this market. That's what we have pieced down in the research on the below points. So I guess we have done enough justice for this news segment. So moving on with our podcast, the next segment is a little funny one. So you know Zach XPT, as you can see there.
That's not funny, it's controversial.
Okay, for me it's like little humorous because Zach XPT is a guy who does a lot of on-chain investigations. Like he's the go-to person if you get scammed. He always calls out any theft or exploit happening. Like even CoinD6 had a hack 2-3 days before. Correct. Who revealed it? Zach did it. 2-3 days before. Who revealed it? Zach did it. After Zach revealing only, Sumit Gupta and everybody came on camera and said that your funds are safe and everything like that. So he's the first guy who just catches on anything which goes wild in crypto. So he shares a light-hearted one where there's a page called Crypto Rover. Crypto Rover has 7K followers. It's like a call. It's a crypto call. So Grok, you know Grok, it has so much allegations on itself. It talks like Hitler and sometimes it roasts his founder itself, Elon Musk. So now Grok has some feature in Twitter where people, if they're doing some giveaways, they can ask Grok within 24 hours or 48 hours.
Like to select the winner of it.
Yeah, to select a random winner out of it. Grok does it gracefully. But for this guy, it's a like you have a lot of pump and dump allegations from Zach XBT and you are scamming a lot of people. So I won't be choosing a winner for you. It just straight away retaliates on him. And people find it very amusing because AI is now not just obeying orders. It's in the sense it's showing some sort of sentience. It's showing its own opinions. What do you think about it? The AI stands on this. Like that's one amazing part of it. So people are also now thinking like, how did it get to know?
No, I don't understand the technological part of it. But this incident, it's like it sounds very funny also.
Yeah.
I mean, it was instructed to do something. Instead of doing that, it started to use its own brain.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to use its own brain to give you the most accurate or some results, right? But it started to use its brain from an emotional point of view. Right? It has its own brain or it has its own opinions, values, and it started doing that. I mean that Grok was not built to do that, but it's been doing it. I don't know. It's nice.
So if you go in the comment section, people are just laughing out of like Grok has proven itself to be a hero kind of thing, and people say people in crypto have a memory of goldfish.
If Grok has so much of sentiments and has so much of emotional intelligence, it always comes under emotional intelligence. If that is the thing, I think Grok should be the CEO of this Crypto Rover. Grok should be running it. I mean, there's nothing much that I could add on this, but it's a very funny incident that's happened recently.
It's very funny incident, and what I also when you just think like how it got to know, some people were saying that it did an on-chain rug analysis, and it was like on-chain, you know, right? It went through transactions and came out with who is the scammer. But the real thing which happened is Zach being mentioned so many times in so many places. Grok just picked it up. This was the valid reason we can see that. And the third news. Okay. We can move on to that. That's also, it's not a funny one. It's a serious topic. It's not, but it's a political topic. But still, I find it funny because it's being done in crypto. So you can just see the screen. If you see the NFT had a bull run to booming up at CryptoPunks, Bitcoin, everything has a bull run. NFTs are also booming. It's not booming.
They're not booming.
It's not booming.
They're moving.
They're moving.
They say that we're still alive and we're still, something legit project.
They're like, we are still alive, we are not dead yet. The volumes are up. The prices are moving at 30% something.
We discussed in the last podcast also. We were discussing that NFTs from last year, this quarter, it has like slashed out to half.
Yeah.
Right? Like the transactions, the value of it. Just last podcast, last session when we were talking, it just went by half. NFTs are there. I really don't know why are they still there. I mean, they have really good tech and everything behind it. The thought is very good. The applications have not come out. It was supposed to happen. So NFTs.
So when you see the moon boards, you can say CryptoPunks, Bored Ape Yacht Club, and other ordinals. Everything is catching on with the run. So one thing a user called Phantom Scribbler, like he has noticed, CryptoPunks has a floor. Like the lowest priced CryptoPunks NFTs now forms a pattern of classic sexism and racism. Because if you see through the floor, the lowest priced CryptoPunks, it's all dark colored NFTs or woman in dark colored NFTs. So what do you think about it? Like, he's saying that whatever happens in the real world is also being reflected on the NFT world on such a great extent. What do you think about it?
I really can't wrap my head around this concept of NFTs because you can put anything onto an NFT, right? I can just, this plant that is in front of us, I can just take every leaf out of it, spray it across, digitize it, assign an NFT token to each of it, and I can just sell it, right? I mean, you can do anything on it, right? I mean, that's what it was built for and what has been applied for. At least it doesn't sit right in my head, right? Fine, it's funny, it's a good art project. I mean, where you can fractionalize one entity into multiple stuff. It's a good thing. I mean, I don't have much to comment on this. But it's definitely a funny thing to.
Yeah, and it also shows you like the socio-economic conditions which is prevailing right now, also in crypto. So CryptoPunks people buy because just to resemble their vibe or resemble their face value, something to resemble themselves, right? So by seeing this floor, what you
You're
get?
saying avatar.
Avatar kind of thing.
Okay.
So while seeing this floor, what I get to know is dark-skinned people are not in the NFT market can be bought as a point, or they are not in the market who are buying NFTs. Mostly white people and the fair-skinned one are mostly buying NFTs and doing this. See, NFTs is a very digital. You have to, first somebody has to know
I
Bitcoin.
get it. I don't know how are they looking at this market. I mean, this racist angle to this and everything. I really don't know that if it would hold value in the industry, crypto industry as such. But that's what the kind of application that they're building is probably targeted to a specific region or a specific kind of ethnicity. I mean, people just get creative about it. I mean, it's a fun way. I mean, I'm happy that this is growing. This industry is growing because the overall participation in the market is up. Number of entrants to the NFT to me is one of the easiest way for a newbie to enter the market. It's quite quick. They understand. It's fun to understand products. Right? Not a big value ticket size. Right? You can just pick up a few things, some collectibles that you can actually watch it every day. Like, not everyone, I don't think Nisha would be interested day in and day out to look at price of Bitcoin, price of other currencies. She would not enjoy doing that process.
Okay.
Like, she enjoys having something, have you heard of this crypto kitty? Long time ago. Right? It's just a small kitty, you have to feed it water every day, put it to sleep, right? And she's a girl she's a bubbly girl. She has been playing with Barbies all her childhood. I think so. So she would be like doing that thing, right? Feed the cat, put some this thing, get it dressed, tie a bell around its neck. She enjoys doing that because she doesn't understand crypto. She doesn't understand. I don't know if she really. I'm sure she understands a lot. Just an example, right?
Yeah.
So she enjoys doing that process. Then having a constant update on the market movements, price fluctuations, right? So she's like, I'm happy doing this. I know what to do in this. I understand this cat and this concept. Let me just keep looking at this on a day-to-day basis. And there is some value assigned to it. Like when she buys, there's some value assigned to it. Maybe if the value is going a little higher, or she has too many of it collectibles that she has, that she wants to give away a few to realize some profits. Right?
Yeah.
That is more understanding. Like when we used to barter chocolates in a school, when your friend used to do a favor to you, they don't understand rupees, they don't understand currency, they don't understand interest rates, right? So you say, you do this job for me, I'll give you a chocolate for you. They used to do it for you, right? So people understand this similar market in different dimensions. There's a good dimension, NFTs, collectibles, but this also, of course, has very serious money and serious markets to it. I'm not denying that fact. But when you're looking into serious markets, which I look at mostly, the numbers games, I'm not really much interested on the NFT game.
It makes sense.
There's no top capping, there is no market. The market size shrinks or collapses or expands in like a few hours.
Yeah.
Right? The value today, the value of some collectible is 1 rupee. The very next minute, the value of it for its uniqueness could go up 10 times. that would not happen with the crypto like Bitcoin or Ether. It has some functions, it has some limitations, it has some hard capping in place. NFTs doesn't have any hard capping, right? So the price fluctuations are more evident in NFTs, in my observation.
That absolutely makes sense, and your analogy of
We'll
how
also ask our viewers what our viewers think.
Yeah.
Viewers, what do you think about NFTs? What is your take on it? Do you like the traditional legacy coins or the new gen whatever cryptos, or are you really interested in investing more on NFTs? Right?
please do
And
tell
also
your viewers.
please refer to the link somewhere on the screen to our previous video where we spoke more about our NFTs, how the markets have been crashing or how the market share has reduced by half in last 1 year. Right? You can also refer those things and also tell us your opinions in the comment section. What do you think on these NFTs?
It makes sense, and I really love the analogy which you had for CryptoKitties and all. Like it does shares the mind.
I think that's it for today.
Yeah, that's it for today, and we had a very good run through of this week's crypto news and other news, tech news happening around the world, and had our own individual takes on it. Hope you enjoyed it, and please do stay tuned in this channel for more podcasts like this. You just can like, share and subscribe to our channel, and leave down comments on each of the take which we had. And you can also clip our videos and post it, reshare it across your social medias to tell your own unique points added on to us. That's all for today. Thank you so much.
Thank you.